So today we have a bunch of new knives from SHANZU we're gonna check out. Now normally they do chef knives, kitchen knives, things like that. But today we're checking out a folding knife and a survival knife slash camping knife. But we also have one of their chef knives. I think they call it a barbecue knife. Now I've had one of their chef knives already that I have tested. I've had it for a while. I have liked it a lot. It's an AUS 10 Damascus. They do a pretty good job. I've been pretty impressed with them. I've been wanting to check out more stuff from them ever since that one. So let's get into these. All right, so first let's check out their survival knife. Now this does come with a sheath that has a TKELL belt buckle on there, so you can turn this any direction you want. I really like these. These are like my favorite ways to clip a Kydex sheath to your belt. You can see all these squares, makes it to where you can put the screws in anywhere and turn it any direction you want. Super easy to take on, or to put on and take off. Here is the knife. So the knife is, it is a robust knife, very comfortable in the hand, nice choke up spot. The sheath, nice click, really nice snap. It's got a ferro rod there, so you can throw some sparks. Will it throw sparks though? No, it will not. Is there a spot to throw sparks? Well, that's not good. No, they don't. So, oh, maybe right there. No. Is there something on here? No. So that's a downfall right there. Why did they give you this if they don't even have a 90-degree spine? Because in order to strike one of these, you need a sharp edge. So you could take the actual edge of the knife, but that just messes up your edge. You wouldn't want to do that. You know, it's better to have a nice little area designed specifically for it. It's a good size knife. Let me look up what steel it is. Jesus. Okay, so it is, or it has, wow, they make it very difficult to find the steels. Specifications, here we go. D2, so we got D2 58 to 60 HRC. This is supposedly a PVD coating. It looks like a titanium nitride coating, but maybe it's a PVD. But yeah, full tang construction, G10 scales. It does have some texturing or some very subtle micro milling on the handle that does offer definitely some traction. It is very, very comfortable. The choil is not the biggest. You can choke up, you know, for finer details, but I at least love that they backed up the plunge grind here, so it's going to be easy to sharpen, and you know, I always appreciate that. I'm surprised they didn't do a 90-degree edge angle on the spine for the ferro rod. The sheath is great though, man. The belt, and this is something I say all the time, man. If you're gonna have a knife or a fixed blade and you're gonna carry it, you're gonna need a good sheath and a good way to clip it to your belt. Without that, you're not gonna carry it. You absolutely will not carry it. So the only way you are going to carry it is if it is comfortable to carry, easy to put on, and easy to take off. It's pretty cool. I do wish they had the steel marked on it so I could see what the steel was before, you know, without having to go look it up. But anyways, let's check out their folding knife. So this one is a budget folder from them. It does come with some extra hardware in there. Ooh. And it is, does it not say the steel on this one either? I'm sure it's D2. No, this one doesn't say the steel either, does it? If it's a good steel, you should naturally want to advertise what steel it is. All right, oh, it's 14C28M. Very cool. Okay, so I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that it's 14C28M. Most companies do a good job with it. It does have a good edge. The geometry is really nice. It actually has a crowned spine. It's actually a pretty decent knife. Good size. Let's check out the action. So it does have a nice flipper tab with great jimping on it. They have a nice little landing zone here when you push button it. It's nice and comfortable. You can also light switch it. However, I do notice it is a little bit of a light detent for the flipper tab, which benefits you in the reverse and thumb flick. Well, depending on how much you like a strong detent or not. Great action though. It does have good action, just a little bit light on the flipper tab, but if you give it any gas at all, it's gonna fly. So this might be a preference for a lot of people because it's not a super strong detent. You're never gonna get fatigued from it. It does make it nice and fidgety, but you know, it could be a little bit stronger. On the drop, you can tell it is on bearings. Not sure if they're ceramic or not. They probably are. They might be steel, I don't know. Good access to the lock bar. Nice, it's smooth, it's not drop shutty, it is perfectly centered. It does have a deep carry clip, but not reversible, and it has button screws. Choil is okay, I'm not gonna bitch about it. Lockup is solid. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got G10 scales. I'm sure they have, obviously they have different colors because I just looked one up that was yellow. So they have different color options. It's comfortable in the hand. You can kind of choke up with that flipper tab the way it is. It feels like something I could totally work with really, really well. Yeah. It is nice and slicey, I'll give it that too. The geometry feels really nice. I'm guessing this is a PVD coating as well. Again, it looks like a titanium nitride coating, but you know, I could be wrong. So this is the PEAFOWL. What a name. Is that the name of it? The SHANZU PEAFOWL? Yeah. The SHANZU PEAFOWL. As far as negatives for the folder, one, it has button screws on a deep carry clip. That doesn't make sense. It's inset, you know, it's countersunk, but then they put button screws on it. That does not make any sense. The detent could be a little stronger. You know, there's no milling on the inside. That would help bring down the weight. Not that that's a big deal. It's not a heavy knife. It is nice right and left-handed. So it'd be cool if it did have a reversible clip for lefties, but it does not. Not that that's a big deal or really that much of a complaint. So my only complaints are the button screws on the clip, T6 hardware, detent could be a little bit stronger, but that's a preference thing. And to be honest, I could tune that myself. I could take the knife apart and bend the lock bar just a slight bit over towards the lockup. The blade geometry is great. So this is, you know, phenomenal cutter, or it's gonna be a great cutter, you know, nice and relatively thin behind the edge. So it should sharpen up pretty quickly. So, you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know if it's worth the price they're asking. Let me see what they're asking for it. Yeah, they're asking a bit much for it, to be honest, for what you're getting. I think this is a little overpriced. So from what I see $70. I could be wrong. Maybe it's cheaper in the link I'm going to post because this one's on Amazon. The link I'm going to put is from the store. So, yeah, I would say that if it's $70, it's overpriced. I might have a discount code. I'm not positive, so check for that as well. But it's $70. There's a lot of great knives in that price range that have all the little bells and whistles. Have reversible clip, deep carry clip with flat screws, TA hardware all the way around, perfectly tuned detents, you know, and so on and so on and so on. So, you know, not that this is bad, but, you know, for 70 bucks, I expect those little details to be done. Now this one, I actually recently did a full sharpening on this. If you want to go watch that, I did it live, but it is in my sharpening playlist because I said exactly what I was doing and the thoughts behind going in and sharpening this. It sharpened up really, really well. You know, I have used it already a bit. It is a 10, or was it an AUS 10 Damascus steel. I like the hammered finish on the spine, the wood and composite material or resin, whatever it is, the wood and the resin handle is really, really nice. It looks good, very comfortable. The pinch grips are great. This does have somewhat of a crowned spine, and this does feel tough. So it does not feel like a bendy chef knife. This feels like something you could chop through a bone with. Not saying it's super thick, but it's also not super thin. It's like kind of that medium range where you could definitely, like I said, it's supposed to be a barbecue knife. So being a barbecue knife, you're probably gonna hit bones and stuff. So sharpening it did sharpen up really good. Like I said, it took a nasty sharp edge. And you know, so far it's been holding it pretty well. I did go to a polish, but I didn't have to. I just did it just because I was planning on dropping it down to a medium grit if it didn't like it. But so far it's been okay, but I suspect that after a few stroppings, I'm gonna have to lower it down to a medium grit, which there's no problem with that. You know, it's just the steel. Not saying anything wrong, it's just that's the way the steel reacts to a polished edge. It can take a good fine polished edge and even hold it fairly well, but it's gonna hold a medium grit a little bit better, maybe medium to fine grit. But all in all, you know, this type of knife with the weight and with this chamfer right there where you can really pinch, it is nice and easy to sharpen. It feels good chopping down on, you know, a surface. Yeah, it's just, it feels like a high quality kitchen knife for sure, a high quality chef knife. I actually like this thing quite a bit. Like I said, this isn't gonna be like my mega slicer in the kitchen, but chef knives are thin enough to where, you know, you can pretty much treat them like that regardless. It's a damn good looking knife. So this is definitely something that you could kind of, you know, praise in your kitchen, you know, or, you know, think of as a good quality chef knife. My one complaint about it is the grinds were off pretty significantly from one side to the other and from heel to tip. Not a big deal. It's a chef knife. It's not going to affect anything. After a few sharpenings, that'll all come out. But I noticed the heel was a little bit more difficult to get. The tip on one side was completely, you know, different. You know, one side was ground thicker than the other. Like I said, this is a chef knife. It's a kitchen knife. It doesn't really matter. This isn't supposed to be like a high-end folding knife. So this is something you're going to sharpen over and over and over and over and over. So there's not a big, it's not a big deal that it has that. Other than that, I really don't have any negatives on this one. I like this knife quite a bit. I'll definitely be featuring it in many, many videos moving forward. And like I said, I'll have everything from SHANZU linked down in the description. Anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.